Hello guys, Cycling Boo back again, another race, Yorkshire Grand Prix race, one lap, let's go. Unfortunately, because of the situation, we don't have any cycling. And the classics should have been now, all of the classics, Paris-Roubaix, Tour of Flanders, Milano-San Remo, a lot of classics that unfortunately didn't happen this year. So at least Zwift did something along the lines of classics. And I'm going to be tackling this Yorkshire Grand Prix from the Zwift Classics. Really interesting race because I actually know this road very well. I've cycled a lot on it and I know where I need to push and where I need to try to save energy. So these first minutes of the race were, again, like every time, out of the blue. Everybody's just sprinting ahead, and as the most important thing is that here you give your maximum to be able to get into the front group and try to stay with them, because once you're dropped, getting back to the places in front, it would be almost impossible. The guys are usually strong and everybody's pushing quite a lot, so that there are less people at the end that they need to compete with. And here you can see there were actually a lot of people. 120 people took part in this race, so you can see how the rubber band was stretching, and here exactly at this point I saw that I need to bridge to the guys in front because the guys on the back were struggling. And yeah, I managed to stay with the group. What was important at this particular part of the race, the beginning, is that you try to keep a steady wattage up until 3/4 of this first semi-climb. I mean, it's only 4% gradient, but then at the end you need to really kick, because for sure there are other people that will try to kick just before the end of just before the descent actually. And here again I'm trying, going, standing up, sitting down, just to be sure that I have that I'm prepared if something happens, and trying to stay with the front group. 18th actually was pretty good for me at this stage, but I really, I don't know, there were a lot of strong guys in the front. Here a little fast forward, I bridged, I managed to get to the guys. You can see 15th, 14th, and here exactly I think I didn't manage my power very well, because I got really exhausted at the top, and when I started going downhill I couldn't really keep up the power with the others in front. So here you can see I'm going by myself, but there was a big group in the back that quickly caught on to me, and I knew that I need to do everything to stick with this group that exactly now is passing me, because they were my saviors basically. And here you can see I pushed a little bit more because they came so fast, so I had to push 400 watts and more just to try to get to them. But once I got into the group, I was pretty happy because they were very well organized in my opinion, and we managed to actually also catch the guys in front. And I also could lower a little bit my heart rate. You can see now for 220, 230 watts, not that much, keeping with them. It was pretty well organized, I should say. And yeah, here exactly we caught on to the guys that managed to get in front of me. Fast forward. Here there is another like short climb, let's put it that way, and afterwards we have a little descent. And here I skipped a little because it was basically a descent, and actually here we pushed just on top of the second small climb. It's not actually a climb, just like a hill, and the group managed to stay pretty well together. And here comes the tough part of the circuit, basically. Just so we are going down now, there is a right and then a left turn, and exactly after the left turn it's this it's the KOM basically, which is 2.5 minutes effort that you really need to push, but not push out of the gun for sure. In my first part of the climb I was trying to see if somebody's gonna attack or how the group is gonna react, or how actually everyone will put their power. So I was keeping a little bit lower power at this initial stage of the climb. I've done it quite a lot of times actually in my previous races. Unfortunately, on my previous turbo trainer, I managed in one of my races in the Slovenian Zwift League that I did, I managed to take the KOM on then we did 3 laps here, and on all of the 3 laps I managed to get the KOM. Unfortunately, as I already mentioned before, my turbo trainer was reading higher wattage than my actual one, so it didn't matter that, I mean it doesn't matter that much right now, but at least I know the climb very well. I know where exactly I can push. So here you can see I'm letting the guys in front go a little bit more because I can see they're pushing quite high watts per kilo, and I know that there is still around a minute and a half of climbing, and they're pushing just before this flat section. And in my opinion, it's way better to push a little bit more on the flat section, because you will, with less effort, you're gonna get a little bit further ahead and a little bit faster. And at this point I'm also, you can see I'm letting the guys in front, but I'm still staying in their draft, because as soon as I see the banner of the top, the KOM banner, I'm gonna go. And it's exactly, I think, at this moment. I know that there is maybe around 40 seconds still left of the climb, and I'm pushing to get to the guys in front. This way I can drop the guys from the back, because I know that they're already exhausted. I mean, if somebody can keep up with me, it would be good, but if not, I can directly get to the guys in front, and you can see how fast I'm getting to them. I'm pushing high wattage, it's 5.86 watts per kilo, just to make sure that I still keep with this front group. And it was semi-successful, let's put it that way, because I feel I burned a lot of matches. Although I got my personal best on this climb, which is strange. I thought that before I did it way better on the previous races that I did. And here actually I got dropped, and I'm stopping the fast forward just here because I think it's the same group that saved me the first time, blast past me right now. And again, I knew that I need to somehow catch them and try to stay with them until the end, so that I can have any chance of finishing in further positions. So I knew about this punchy steep section, and I knew that I can push a little bit more, but actually this was my mistake. I should have pushed exactly when they passed by me and not now, because now I'm pushing, my heart rate is 180, and I know that if my heart rate is that high, I won't be able to sustain anymore the power. Here I think I'm changing some gears, and exactly at the moment I'm changing gears, my wattage is dropping, and at this moment I know I'm lost. Guys in the front just they just vanished. And fast forwarding here, because actually nothing interesting happened, At this point I'm thinking, okay, my goal is to keep this 25th place. I know that back there are two guys that are 12 seconds behind me. If they work together, it might be possible that they will catch me. So what I'm doing, I'm measuring my power, because I know that just before the start finish line there is this another steep section, and I don't want to be completely blown at that point. So skipping quickly now to, I think it's 1 kilometer before the end, you can see I'm around 300 watts more or less for the last part, and pushing just to make sure that I can keep this gap between me and them. But already they ate, what is this? So it's 8 seconds now, 9 seconds between them and me. And there's still 700 meters. If they're really good, if they have the legs, it is a big potential for them to catch me. So what I do now is I give a kick here and they come closer, but it's normal that they come closer because they're still on the flat. But once we're starting to go up, I can see that they're still lowering the gap between me and them, and now it's 3 seconds, and it stays 3 seconds. So what I did, just after the steep section, I decided to boost my aero and to push, not that much, but still the aero could help me to recover just a little bit. And once the aero was done, which is exactly now, I push really hard. I go and I give it everything, because I know that there are 200 meters. If those guys manage to keep behind fast pace, and if they sprint a little bit earlier, they can catch me. And at this point I still don't know. It's 130 meters, but you never know what the guys on the back are gonna do. But I don't know why they've decided not to sprint a little bit earlier, and here I already knew that there is no chance that they will catch me. And at the end, actually, I managed to finish 25th, which was, yeah, let's say it was the best that I could have done regarding the circumstances. A couple of mistakes from my side. I think I could have been also a little bit further ahead, but with those mistakes, pushing where I don't have to push, this really maybe ruined a possible better result for me. However, on Zwift Power I managed to get 8, which was a really good result for me, and I was actually quite surprised by this result. And that's it, Yorkshire Classics. Thank you guys for watching once more. Please like the video if you liked it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.